Welcome back to This Weird Twin Thing. I'm Tara.
And I'm Natasha.
And we are going to discuss with you today the stigma of OnlyFans. Dun dun dun. So obviously there is a stigma, and there has been for, quite some time. People don't really know this, but OnlyFans has been around for a while. I want to say like 6 or 7 years. Like, they've been in the game for some time now. The fact that it still has a stigma is pretty wild, but it really got popular in the last, I would say, 2 years. So it really got popular in the last 2 years, just bringing out a lot of more mainstream talent utilizing the platform in a different way. So really, we're here today to discuss, is there still a stigma? Even though, you're seeing celebrities like Cardi B make an account, Michael B. Jordan, and a lot of other celebrities, but we're here to discuss if the stigma is still there. So my first question to you, Natasha, that you can answer is, what is OnlyFans used for?
OnlyFans to me is used for being able to connect with creators that you actually enjoy on a personal level, and actually being able to find out their thoughts, their feelings, and ask them questions one-on-one, instead of Instagram or places like that where it's so like you just get to see their life but not really get to know them, the raw them. And I feel like OnlyFans shows like a completely different side of people. It's more personal.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, I didn't know they had this and liked this and did this today, and like it's more inside scoop of someone's life. I like to say that everyone has their own community on the platform of people that actually get to connect with them on an everyday basis of what they actually care about, what they're actually doing in their lives. And I like to say they are the people that get the first and real updates to your life, whereas all the other social media platforms, it kind of feels like you're seeing what everyone's doing on the platform to get popular on Instagram or to get more likes on TikTok, and a lot of people feel like they have to follow suit to what everyone else is doing, whereas OnlyFans is like a world of everything and you really get to be your authentic self. So I think that's a really cool part of being on the platform.
So my sister and I were talking about it, and we were chatting with friends, and we were thinking like, what is the stigma? How do people view creators that have an OnlyFans?
There's still a lot of taboo-ness around it because, the platform allows you to do whatever you want to do, which is kind of cool because really there's a lot of platforms that shadow ban you or don't allow you to do whatever you want to do. With being able to be uncensored and do whatever you want on this platform, it does create, lanes where some people do it for adult content, some people do it to just be able to express themselves. There's chefs on there, there's fitness people, there's entrepreneurs, there's so many different types of accounts, and I think that's what's really cool at this point. For the stigma, because of the adult content getting so popular, of course that is really still a stigma that could be looked at from some people in this world, but I think every single day it's changing more and more when more creators are signing up to the platform and showing how it can be utilized differently. So I do believe that the stigma is getting chipped away.
Slowly but gradually, because even with myself, like I'm trying to bring personal growth shows on there, and I've seen people doing cooking shows and all kinds of stuff, so I feel like over time the future of it is gonna be like maybe even motivational speakers selling courses on there instead of having to go to a separate website. Like, the future is definitely on there, and I like that creators don't have to like do brand deals and things like that they had to do on other platforms, so it's kind of nice that they just like actually promote what they actually want to promote.
Exactly. Yeah, now they can monetize something that they were taking so long to create, because I've worked with influencers for years and I've seen how long it takes them to make a video or something to keep attention spans for their audience on social media, and it's a lot of work. It really is like a full-time job. So I've seen a lot of creators be able to sign up to OnlyFans and focus just on entertaining their audience and just on connecting with their fan base. So it really is an opportunity for creators to monetize what they actually are passionate about, rather than being like, okay, let me sell this crystal to everyone and talk about how wonderful this crystal is, and I hope that you're gonna like this crystal. If you don't like this crystal, then I can't pay my rent and I'm gonna have to work a side job too, so please buy this crystal. And so that's really, they were changing who they were on the internet to be able to monetize being an influencer, rather than being like, this is who I am, this is what I care about, and that being okay. So OnlyFans really gave them a platform to monetize what they're doing, which I think is so freeing and so beautiful, and more people are seeing it every day, and it's gonna keep happening where they're like, wow, I can't actually live without this platform.
They better promote the shit out of us after we just help them. Just kidding. So what we've noticed is a lot of the personal stigmas that come from it is just being scared what people think of you by having an OnlyFans. So even for me personally, I'm dating right now, and one of the red flags he said I had, or like on paper, the fact that I had an OnlyFans was kind of like a red flag to him because it's not someone he would typically date, and that's just due to the stigma of what people see it as.
Yeah. And so it's interesting. I remember one of our friends posted the other day a meme that said, would you date someone with an OnlyFans? And then it was like ... Would someone with an OnlyFans date you? I'm like, it's true, because what I've seen personally just from like girls on the internet and talent that I work with in this industry, like their confidence has changed, their lifestyle has changed, they've been able to get out of debt, support their family, buy their first house, and all on something where they actually are passionate about what they're doing, because they're like, it's nice to be able to connect with their fans. It's nice to be able to do something with them that they actually are getting value from too. So I think it's actually creating a lot of confidence and people feel more free to be expressive. So it is really cool. I think one of the cool things that is an interesting topic to talk about that I've talked about with a few people too is some people still can't understand why anyone would want to go buy content from someone or even talk to someone on OnlyFans. They don't understand how people are doing that. And I think a lot of it too is just showing, like I was saying the other day, I'm like, look at even NFTs, like people are buying a photo and just the feeling of feeling like, oh, I have this piece of content that I'm getting and not the world is getting. There is something about the way the internet is going that is very interesting too, on like purchasing content, which is really cool, because before, to sell products or sell things, you had to have inventory, shipping, and all this different type of stuff. Now, if you're selling content and it's just virtual assets, it's literally the amount it could go to is insane. But anyways, you can talk about some of the things we've chatted about of like, why are people, do you think, are actually purchasing and talking to people on OnlyFans?
I think it's pretty cool because I mean, it depends on the creator. Like some creators will do custom content just for that person. So it's like you actually get to like say like, I would really love to see you do this, or like depending on what they're interested in. And then also connecting with the people as they create the content, you actually get to like talk to them one-on-one instead of just like seeing a video like that someone created, and then you actually get to say like, hey, how did you create that? What was your thought process? And you get to find out a lot more instead of just like Instagram where you just view it.
Yeah, 100%. And it really just shows where the internet is going. Like paywalls really are the future for creators. And paywalls are a place where creators now can monetize the stuff that they used to be posting for free to get all this likes and engagement and things like that. And now it's a place where they can monetize that content, as well as, yeah, NFTs are releasing, and who knows what else is going to be releasing, but it's just very interesting of where the internet is going.
So I'm curious, after everything we've talked about, where do you think the future of OnlyFans is going?
I always like to say that it's not going to go away because too many people are making money from it at this point. Like, no one's going to go backwards once they are making income from something they used to do for free. They're not going to be like, oh, let me go back to doing all that work and just do it for free again. Like, it's already changing people's perception on the value of what they're doing on the internet, which is showing that more people, the moment they experience that feeling, are going to be signing up and doing the same thing. So no one's going to go backwards in life and go to the way it was. So really the future of OnlyFans is going to be a place where so many different types of people are realizing that they can monetize a plethora of things. Who knows what those things are going to be? Because like I said, the fact that people are even selling a JPEG now, which is, you know, an NFT, like the internet is going in an extremely different way, and I think it's super cool. And there's so much opportunities on the internet to sell and monetize content. You know, like Netflix was doing it. They were like, you know, movies they used to release, or you would have to go to theater. Now they're like, let's put a paywall over this and sell video long format content. And now it only makes sense that now it's happening with influencers and, you know, creators on the internet that now are saying like, oh, this content that I used to just post on the internet for free, why don't I put a paywall in front of it? So who knows what types of things are gonna happen next for people to see. And OnlyFans has had, the perfect setup for creators to be able to monetize, and I think it will just keep innovating for so many different types of people to utilize it.
So even though OnlyFans has been around for a long time, we are still noticing that there's a ton of people every day joining the platform. How many a day?
Well, it's 500,000 a week. Users are signing up, not just creators, but 500,000 a week collectively are signing up to the platform. So it just shows how rapidly it's growing, and it's not something you should definitely
Don't
not
sleep
ignore.
on it. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this weird twin thing. We would love to know if you have any show ideas for us, any questions or comments on what we went over today on the stigmas of OnlyFans. DM us right now. Let's get personal.
Yes.